Hey guys, so we wanted to show you, a lot of people ask about the difference in between all the sponges that we have at our store. We have like a gajillion of them. So we wanted to try to show you, we're not going to show application, but we're going to show you at least how they look comparing size, thickness, and etc.
Alrighty.
So
these are our two yellow sponges.
This is a Hydro sponge.
And this is a Hydro sponge too.
Well, no. This is a Hydro sponge. This is a Royal sponge. It's a similar kind of foam, but it's not a Hydro sponge.
Really?
Yeah.
I learn new things every day with you, honey.
So, okay. So, if you look at this one, it has like a very sharp edge there. I mean, sharp.
It's medium sharp. It's not really sharp.
Like it's not gonna cut you, right? It's a sponge.
No.
And that other one is a little more buffed, but still not completely. This one, in comparison, has a lot more of a buffed edge, right? Still, you can see a little edge. And let me see if I can move the light a little bit away from it. There we go. You can see the shadow of the edge there. And it's a little bit thinner. And this one is a little bit softer than this one, than the Hydro.
And this one has bigger pores overall than this one. Diameter-wise, this one can be a little bit smaller. They vary a little bit by the batch, but they're usually about the same diameter.
Yeah, mostly because they are buffed. They kind of look shorter.
Yep. All right, this is one of the green sponges. This one is by Diamond FX.
They're, I believe they are the same ones as the Fantasy FX green sponges, and they have very small pores. And I'm gonna move a little bit the light. There you go, so you can see the pores.
And if you feel the three, this is definitely
Soft.
super softer.
And less dense.
It's more foamy and less spongy.
Yeah, so of the three, this one is the softer one. This one is the denser one. And it's a little bit thicker than this one too. Straight edges, they're not buffed. And they're about the same diameter. All these face painting sponges are kind of around the same diameter.
All right, this is the next player in the game.
We'll take it out of the bag.
Paradise green sponge. Are you serious?
Yes.
Does that mean I get to keep it?
Yes, you get to keep it.
Woo!
So,
Yay!
what are the benefits of this sponge is that this one comes already cut, so you get a nice, very straight edge over here base to apply the paint. When you put it together, it's about the same diameter as all the other sponges.
I think it's a little bigger. Yeah, it's a little heftier.
Yeah.
Look at that bad boy. He's a big one.
It's a little bit bigger, yeah. Density-wise, they're pretty much the same, these two. So the two green sponges are pretty much the same density. It's the one that has the smallest of all the pores. You see, you can't really see those little big holes that this one has. This one's a little bit smaller, and that one is like no holes at all. Very nice, nicely smooth. It's very
smoothy.
Smooth edges, buffed, very nice sponge.
Yep, and if you feel like it's a little too big for you to work with, you can cut it in quarters, and then it's like awesomely perfect size, especially around little kids' faces.
So those are the regular face paint sponge to apply bases and stuff like that. Now we have daughter sponges, and we have all kinds here at Just Paint. These are by Low Cornell, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right. So there are 6 different sizes with 3 handles. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This one and this one are the same size, and this one and this one are the same size.
Oh, maybe. So it's 3 different.
1,
2,
3, 4 different sizes.
4 different sizes. Okay, 4 different sizes. Anyhow, it looks pretty fun. It's a daughter sponge. It's hard to see the pores through the bag, but they're pretty much like this kind of foam. It's very fine.
And so are the Royal.
And these are the Royal. The 3 ones are the same kind of size and compared to the biggest size in this one. And those are the groups of 10, and they come like 3 big size, 4 medium to small size, and 3 tiny size.
Don't leave these sitting in your cup of water because over time the sponge will pull away from the wood stick.
So that's just glued on.
If that does happen, you can cut the glued part of the sponge and you'll just have a little disc. And I still use my discs like a crazy person. Even for face painting sponges because they're small and I can get them in tight areas.
So next one is the finger daubers.
Oh, look at those little finger daubers. You stick your finger up in there and then you daub.
They have a hole. Very, very, the sponge is like very thin. It's a thin layer and it has a hard plastic on the bottom so you can really put pressure and squeeze the water out of it. And it's also made with really fine pores. They're really good for stenciling, working with stencils.
If you had to get it in the little details of these tap stencils,
just put your finger
works
in.
great.
Tick, 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 tick. Really good.
What about this guy?
That's the Maron Crazy Sponge.
This is a face smoothie.
It's a face smoothie, and we can take it off.
Oh my gosh.
This sponge is really best for grease paint or powders. Not so much for regular face paint because it really absorbs a lot of water and it gets swollen, like it kind of almost doubles in size.
Yeah, and it kind of has a rubbery texture, which I'm not used to, and I feel like sometimes the paint's a little transparent.
So it's really good for grease paint that it won't get into the sponge, you know, it just sits on top and you can rub it off. And it's good for powders, has a little tip that allows to go into the corner of the eye, and then if you grab it from here, since this is all rounded, you can do some really nice blending.
Yeah.
So some people love it, some others hate it, and there are many similar sponges to that one in different prices. We just wanted to show you the Maron one right now. Daughter sponges. We have one more by e.l.f., but we're out of stock of it, so we have to go get it, honey. We have to get those.
Should I go right now?
No, we can't.
Okay.
It's closed. So this one is by Silly Farm, and what's particular about this one is that it has a tip, like a point, compared to this one has a much shorter little point and it's like chubbier on the base.
It's like a little dome.
So I don't know if you can see. And the e.l.f. one is completely rounded on the top, so it doesn't have like a tip. So you can choose 3 different dotted sponges, and what you use them for? Making perfect dots. So you just press the sponge against the skin, bloop, and you can rotate. And this one, depending on how much pressure you put, you can make a little dot with a little tippy tip, or a wider dot if you just smoosh it flat.
Yes. All right. Moving on, we got smoothie blenders. This is the Royal Langnickel Smoothie Blender. It is my... Can I say it's my favorite?
You can say it's your favorite. We can have favorites.
Okay. It's just super soft compared to all the other ones, and it's got a really sturdy handle, and it's just a nice bright white color. I just love it. I think this is the
and it
Low
floats
Cornell
in the air.
one. These ones are a little bit more finicky. You might have to press the ferrule more to keep it in every now and then. It loosens up. And it's not quite as thick. The foam is a little bit thinner. You can feel the plastic more. And they vary by batch. Some of them have a little bit smaller tip. Some of them are bigger. Some of them are yellow. Some of them are white. It's a surprise.
This one is a lot more consistent in quality and shape. That's what Anna wants to tell you.
That's what I want to tell you. But so a lot of people love these too, so I can't complain. This is the disposable smoothie blender.
They're called disposable, but guess what? You can use them a lot of times.
Yep, and they have a kind of
Let me show
funky foam. It's a little rougher than like a sponge foam.
You see it sparkling there? Yay. So
but it works.
They work, and actually they're very sturdy. So you can use them a lot, and they're going to be fine. And they have a nice kind of wide base there that is hard, so that you can put pressure and stuff. It's pretty cool.
And it's cheap, and
they're for powders. All those smoothie blenders that we just showed you, the 3 ones, they are for powders, powder paints.
We forgot the Royal Langnickel Giant Mop of Magic. I keep accidentally ordering billions of these, but they sell well, so I think people really like them.
So, let me show you the foam in this one, because that's what we're doing this video for.
The best thing about this is the foam is like jammed in and glued inside of here instead of glued to a wooden stick, so it's gonna be a lot sturdier and last longer.
They're really nice to make, and they're also really nice to work with stencils because all you just do is like plum, 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 and there you go. And you don't go over the edges like with a square sponge or a rectangle sponge, whatever.
All right. Next on the block are these guys over here.
Well, you're comparing apples with pears.
I know, but they're all black.
Okay,
this is a foam wedge, and it's great for powders and cream and grease-based makeup. It picks up powders well, like if you like doing star blends. This is a disc, similar material, bigger, so if you want to cover a large surface area, that's the way to go.
So these are a little bit denser than these ones. And they're latex-free, both of them, the ones that we sell at our store.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And then this is a foam wedge on a stick, and I use this a lot for rainbow cakes and get my paint wet and then rub it on there, choo-choo-choo-choo, and do a little streaky. And also you can use it like on the side for stamping. Boom, 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 you get a cool triangle effect.
And last but not least, we have the stipple sponges, and we have two kinds because you know, you need two kinds of stipple sponge, right? I don't know, but we have two.
This is for people with big beards and people with little beards.
So this one has thick pores, as you can see. This one is by Maron, and you can even see through it. Yay! This one has a lot smaller pores. You can't see through it, you see? And it's a little bit smaller too. This one is like softer fills. This is a little bit sharper and a little bit denser.
This is great for doing rug grash, like scratches and burn kind of looking things, beards, or baby's breath. If you do a lot of one-stroke roses and stuff and load that up with white, you can make a bunch of tiny little white dots. And this is just for a more gentle, fine, like 5 o'clock shadow beard look.
Yeah, it's not a 6 o'clock, it's a 5 o'clock shadow, okay?
Exactly 5.
Alrighty. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this very boring 11 and 57 3 seconds video, but hey, you can always pause it if you don't like it.
I mean, stop it. Fast forward.
Fast forward.
Rewind to the beginning and watch this again.
Alright, where can you get all these sponges? JessPaint.com. And I know, it sounds ridiculous. How can you sell that many sponges? But we do. Anyhow, have fun. Bye-bye.